Hi everybody, it's Rosalind Stokes with Prophetic Expressions Gospel Mind Ministry, showing you how to apply your mind makeup. You want to start off with cold water. You're going to put cold water on your face to close up your pores. This is important because I don't want the paint to go right into my pores. Just pat your face dry. Now you can use your Vaseline and put a light coat wherever your white paint is going to go. Now some folks use primer, makeup primer. It's up to you. You can use a moisturizer or a thin layer of Vaseline, very thin. Now when folks are using Vaseline, if you use too much, your paint's going to be very shiny. So again, a very thin layer of Vaseline. You want to use upward strokes as much as you can, because as you get older, your skin changes. And when you stretch your skin like that, as you get older, your skin will droop. So be preventive now and just practice it now so that over time, your skin won't stretch as badly. I'm even putting the Vaseline on my lips. That's good. Now, use your white, clown white. I use either benign or Myron paint. And I'm going to start off getting this a little thinner. Start off with a line to give me my outside marker. You want your face paint to be 1 inch to 1.5 inches away from your hairline. The shape of your mask should be the same shape as your face. So if you have a round face, your mask should be round. A long face like I have, your mask should be elongated. I'm just going to fill in the white. And I use my finger instead of a sponge. Couple different reasons. One, it goes right on quite smoothly with my finger. I can also use my finger later as an eraser when I'm cleaning up my paint. And I don't have to buy sponges. We try to be as cost effective as possible. But if you prefer to use a sponge, no worries. But try your finger and see how it works. When applying your face paint, don't go over your eyebrows. Leave your eyebrows dark, untouched. You're doing your top eyelids, go down. When you're doing your lower eyelids, stroke up. Now your face paint should be white. If it's gray, it's not enough paint. Now Party City sells tubed white paint. I do not recommend that. It cracks and it doesn't present well. Ben Nye is a professional paint as well as Myron. You just want to get it smooth. Now, use your finger that you use for your paint to get the lines out. You're going to pat. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Now, to clean up your paint, I use Pampers baby wipes. Simply take the baby wipe and a Q-tip. Take the Q-tip, twist it around in the baby wipe to lubricate it, and you use the Q-tip to clean up your paint. Now I've seen folks use half faces when they do their face paint. The purpose of painting your entire face is so that the audience can see your facial expressions. When you paint half your face, they can only see half your expressions. If you want to do half face for a photo shoot, that's fine. But when you're ministering, you don't want your paint or any part of your ministering to be a distraction. In other words, you don't want the person sitting there going, why is that lime's face halfway painted? If your goal with the half face is to portray two different characters, you can do that through mime. That's the best way to do it. And you'll be great at it. Just want to clean up this white. And I'm using my painted finger Father, I ask that you use this paint to cover me and reveal you. As I minister your word, I ask that you allow them to see you through me. Use me. Use my chin. Use my eyes, God. Use your wipe and your Q-tip to clean around your lips. Some prefer to use black lipstick. I don't. I prefer to use just the regular lips. Might put a little Vaseline on them to make sure they look good. There we go. Some prefer to use white mascara as well. You don't have to. For your eyebrows, this eyebrow paint from CVS comes with an edged eyebrow brush. You just use a very little amount. To cover your eyebrows. And when it comes to your makeup, guys, I've seen some folks use crosses on their faces and teardrops, and that's perfectly fine for a photo shoot. But when you're ministering, you're not going to be crying through the whole song. So the teardrops wouldn't make sense. And again, you don't want any distractions. When ministering in mime, everything means something. Everything from your makeup to your wardrobe to your garments, your holy garments, your moves, your choreography. Everything means something, especially your paint application. That looks good. There is to get closer around your eyebrows. You can use the edged makeup application brush. And these brushes range, it's just edged, you see what I'm saying? They range in prices. You can go right to your drugstore or your local beauty store and get one of these, and it won't cost you more than a couple bucks. Or you can go high end and get a matte brush. I prefer to keep costs down. There, that looks good. Now take your this is going to be how you're going to set your paint. Take a regular tube sock. Pour in Johnson's baby powder or cornstarch, whichever you prefer, about a quarter of a way down, fistful. Pour that in, tie it off at the top, and then pat the powder out like this. I keep it stored in this plastic bag because it also get all over my kit. But this is what's going to set your paint. Take your sock and pat dry your paint. Hold your breath. All right, now you have a foundation brush where you're just going to brush away the excess powder. Don't necessarily need a foundation brush. You can just as easily use a hand towel. But some of us already have a foundation brush, so brush away the excess powder. So when you're applying your makeup, it's obvious that you may not want to wear your outfit until your makeup is on. I'll get the excess away, because I want a nice clean look. And what this powder has done is dry my paint. Cleaning up any mistakes. Again, making sure my paint is white, not gray. Now, with the powder, it set my paint. My paint is dry. Look, no paint. So when you're ministering, if you accidentally hit your face against your clothing, it won't brush off on your clothes. It'll also allow your paint to stay on longer. Now, since I used the powder, of course it went over my black. So I'm just going to go back over my black lightly. Just go over my black lightly where the powder covered. Voila. you're done. Now, as I check my facial expressions, I turn my head. I see that's not as straight as I would like it to be. All right. Looks good. Face paint looks good. Now let's talk about cleaning it up. To remove your paint, you can use a dry towel to remove the first layer, or paper towel, whichever you prefer. I just want to get off that first layer. With the towel. Note to mimes too, guys, your hair is important. When you're ministering, your hair needs to be neat and in order. Fresh haircut, especially if you wear a short haircut. Every little thing with a short haircut is noticeable. I'm using the white now to get the next layer off. So when you wear your hair, when you're ministering, your hair needs to be neat and in order. If it's not, it will be a distraction in your ministry. So instead of the folks looking at you mime and ministering God's word, even if one person in the room is distracted, that's one person too many. So instead of them listening to, watching you mime, they're looking at your hair. Why is her hair flying all over her head? Why did her bun come off? So ladies and gentlemen, because we have guys with long hair too, use the utmost criticism when you're editing yourself. Be very diligent about how your hair is, what will happen if you start jumping around. Gentlemen, fresh haircuts. Fresh haircuts. I'm not saying go out and get a $25 haircut every time you minister, especially if you minister frequently. But you can own a pair of shape-up clippers. Keep your hair shaped up and neat. So even when you minister and you don't have a fresh cut, it doesn't show with a shape-up. So shape-up clippers, get a friend to shape you up. You can shape you up. However you want to handle it, handle it. Now, to get the stubborn areas, you can use makeup remover. Get the stubborn areas, you can also use Vaseline. Loosen it up. Our goal is to have everybody grow in their ministries. Do you agree that God gets the most glory when we minister at our level of excellence that He expects? He's given us the tools to do it. It's up to us to use the tools. So we're going to make sure our mind makeup is neat. It stays on. It's not all over your clothes. We're going to make sure your hair is neat and orderly all the time. No exceptions. You know when you're scheduled to minister. There's no surprises, typically. Okay. Gotten most of the makeup off. Now, I wash my face with facial cleanser. You can use any facial cleanser that works well for you. Really want to clean your face. Sometimes you get those real stubborn areas. A lot of times you get those real stubborn areas around your eyelids. Now you can use olive oil. There are some eye makeup removers. But olive oil works too. There. But remove all the paint before you leave. And it's important because, one, when you walk out, a true sign of a professional is that you can apply your makeup and take it off. If you're walking around with makeup residue on your face, in your eyes, it doesn't look good. You use a Q-tip and a little bit of olive oil to get that stubborn area that doesn't seem to want to leave. Little bit of olive oil. Now it's gone. Now I want to apply a moisturizer to my face. Whatever moisturizer you prefer, it's fine. Just Just want to keep your skin moisturized. So that's it. Makeup application and removal from Prophetic Expressions Gospel Mind Ministry. God be with your ministry. If you need us for anything, contact us at Prophetic Expressions 240-765-4396. We are eager and willing to help with anything you need. Bye-bye.